let's break down one of my deals. So this property is a 2-bed terrace property in Liversedge, West Yorkshire, with a 97,000 purchase price, 625 monthly. That's £7,500 rent every single year, giving a 7.7% yield with just a £12,000 refurbishment. So how did I find this deal? Well, I found this through one of my mentees. So I really tried to network through as many people as possible. And remember, your network is your net worth. And I put as much effort into networking with my mentees as possible so that we can all make money together. By the way, if you're interested in paid for education, put education in the comments. So how did they find this opportunity? Well, they found it through Facebook ads. I love Facebook ads, as you know, because you can target, get direct to vendor. So they used a Facebook ad and they brought the deal to me so we could make money. Now, why was the landlord selling? It's really important to understand that it's not always due to financial problems. There's a multitude of reasons, and you need to understand why somebody's selling so you can get a great deal. This particular property was because they're a tired landlord. Now, remember, just because somebody's at the end of their journey, they're usually getting a bit tired, needing to offload, whereas I'm younger, hungry, got a load of energy, and we want to take advantage of these deals. Remember, one man's problem is another man's solution. So how do we get our property details? Well, the first thing we're looking at is it even a good area? Now, a lot of people, when they're assessing a property, is how much cash flow am I getting? But reasonably, getting financially free through property, either you need to be active or you need to have a load of money. It's really about your kids' inheritance, your legacy, and ultimately that comes through capital growth. So whilst yes, the cash flow is important, I want to know, is it actually going to rent? Am I going to find somebody high quality? But more importantly for me, is the asset going to go above inflation consistently through capital growth? And you can assess this through property data. Now, I use property data a lot on every single property that I put out to an investor, and it helps me understand the growth in the area. For example, I know that the average 2-bed property in this postcode is 130,000 when done up. So getting it at that 97,000 is a great price, and there's a load of demand in the area, and so that's going to push it up. By the way, if you've not used property data, I strongly recommend getting it if you're a property investor. I'll put a link in the description. To be open with you, I will get 0.1 pence per sign up. Caveat, I might get slightly more than that. But give it a go. It's a 2-week free trial on there as well, so you can't lose anything. Give it a go. It will absolutely blow your mind. Next thing is property type. So the property type is very important. Almost every property that you hear me talk about is going to be a freehold property. Why? Because I like to own the land underneath the property, not just the property that sits on somebody else's land. Very important. You also notice it's always going to be between a 2 and a 4-bed property. And the reason for this is I'm looking for demand in the area. It's not that 5 beds don't work or 1 beds don't work, but I'm aiming for that high capital growth. And historically and almost definitely in the future, we are going to be looking at 2 to 4 bed properties, giving the best capital growth. The next thing I love about this deal is an actual opportunity to add value. Now, it's not every single property I'm going, can I add value? You know, can I go up in the loft? Can I go in the basement? Can I get an extension? Can I build another house on the plot? Sometimes it's as simple as getting it at a great price. And in this case, adding some value to the property. We're spending £12,000 on this, which isn't a full refurbishment, all right, but it's a way to enhance the kitchen, the bathroom, and attract the best tenant in that's going to pay a great rate and make it their home. Ultimately, I'm looking for that long-term investment, and this is a great opportunity. Let's talk timescales. This one took 63 days to complete, which is slightly better than average for a cash deal, but ultimately it was in the hardest period of completions last year, where the solicitors were going slow, they weren't talking to each other, brokers were going slow, mortgage brokers were going really slow, and the banks themselves well, did not know their arsehole from their elbow, frankly. So being a cash purchase, what it made available is a great opportunity. Now, the reason that's so important if you're watching this and you're looking to invest in property is obviously you want to leverage. Of course, you want to take advantage of the debt. But can you snap up an amazing deal by buying cash first, doing a bit of a refurbishment and enhancing the value, and then refinancing or remortgaging that property and getting more cash back in the bank? So in property, cash is king. So let's break down the numbers. The purchase price, we're looking at 97,000. Now remember, the end value in this area of the average 2-bed property is 130 grand. So already we're on for a winner. Then of course, don't like talking about this one. Stamp duty, thank you government for taking more money from us. Around 3 grand there, just shy. We're looking at about 3% of the purchase price. Then of course we want to add value to this property, and remember, sometimes you've got to spend money to make money. So the refurbishment on this, we're looking at about £12,000. All of this was purchased cash, remember. Of course, you've got some fees in there as well, but let's add that up. So we're at 112,000. But what about the cash flow? We want to get paid for this bad boy. One of the key benefits is somebody else pays you to live in an appreciating asset. People seriously undervalue that, by the way. So we got the rent. So we got Dave in there. Dave may not actually be his name, by the way. Paying £625, 12 months of the year. That's £7,500. So then what we want to do is understand the yield, and what we're aiming for, well, that's a terrible comma, is around 7%. That is a solid yield for the area. If we've got it higher than 7%, what that means is we've managed to get it below what the actual value of the property is in this area. So we're going to divide that by the 97,000, which is roughly, well, it is 7.73%. as a yield, which is a very good yield. And what that means is if you know the average yield in an area and you're higher than that, it means you've got the property below the real value, the real purchase price. So an absolute steal. So let me know what you think of this deal in the comments. For me, this is a solid, boring, vanilla buy-to-let property, and you know that I love them. Here's the secret though. It's not actually mine. So one of my businesses, we get these for other people. I'm not gonna lie, it's one that I would have loved to have purchased myself, but we find these for individuals hands-free. And if you want us to find your next property that's a boring, vanilla buy-to-let, put APG in the comments and we'll be in touch. And if you're new to the channel and you want to find out more about property investment, then make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you got value from this video and you want me to do more deal breakdowns, then click the like and I'll see you in the next video.